Hello again, YouTube. It's Cynthia here. Today we will be making some spaghetti and meatballs with homemade spaghetti sauce. And so what I'm going to do is I will start with making my meat and go ahead and heating up my oil, which is the extra virgin olive oil. That way we can go ahead and fry them in our cast iron skillet and get them nicely coated and cooked up, and we will add them to the sauce to help pull the sauce into the meatballs. And when we let that cook, we will be starting the noodles, which will be the gluten-free spaghetti noodles. So let me find a knife so I can cut this open with it. And right now my husband is cutting the seasonings, the fresh seasonings for the sauce itself. There we go. And I have used my hand sanitizer, so that way I can keep my hands clean, and I also have my sink. And yes, today we are cooking inside of my RV. So let me get this out. And I do have a little trash bag, if y'all can't see, but it's hanging right here. So that way I can throw my trash away and take it right outside after I'm done. Now with the meat, I will be adding some breadcrumbs. I just buy the little containers of it. It's a little easier than having to try to break down your own breadcrumbs. And we're going to add that to the meat. And then we will want some eggs, at least one egg. So let me pull out this egg here and get that into it, like so. And I am going to turn my stove on to a max, which is about a 6 for a original stove top. This is a electric stove top, so I'm putting it at max, which is about a 6. And I'm going to put these back up. And for my flavoring, for a little extra flavor to it, I do like to add some A1 sauce. Unfortunately, I don't have no Worcestershire sauce, however you want to say it, but I don't have none of that today, so I won't be able to put that in. And I believe I do have some barbecue sauce to add. But I like to add a little bit of this just for a little bit of flavor to it. Oh, wait. Alrighty. And let me straighten this up real quickly. There we go. And then I'm also, let's see if I have my barbecue sauce in here. No, I don't see barbecue sauce. So I guess we don't have barbecue sauce either. So, but if I did, it'd be even better, because I'd like to use both of those with the A1 sauce to give it more flavor. And I'm going to add some garlic and herb seasoning, all-purpose, into it. And I'm also going to add some of my ground black pepper. And tonight I'm not going to add any salt to it. I'm going to allow my family to add that if they want to add a little extra salt, but I'm not going to add salt unless it's in one of the seasonings. That's the only way the salt will go in. And I'm going to add some garlic powder to it. And we also want to add our, where is it at? There it is, our paprika. I said it's good for your bodily organs, and I also read up that it's supposed to be good for your hair and your skin as well. So, not just good for your health, but good all the way around for your whole entire body. Add that in. And we are also going to add our lemon pepper into it. And as I said plenty of times, just add your seasonings to your like. This is how I prefer to have mine. And I'm going to use some minced onions. I usually use fresh onions, but unfortunately there was a recall, so I'm using the minced onions. put that in there. And we are also going to use our 20 Satchery complete seasoning and adding that in there. And after we add all that together, I will remove my rings so that way I don't get it all messed up with the meat. We're going to just put our hands in there and start mixing it all together. Get it really nice and mixed. Make sure that you get the breading up in there really good. Make sure you get all the seasonings and everything from around the bowl that might stick to the sides. Try to get that onto your meat also. Alrighty. And we are going to try to do some little mini spaghetti balls, meatballs for our spaghetti. And that should be good. Nicely mixed in all together. We're just going to take some meat, a little bit at a time. And we're about to see how hot this is. We might be able to turn it down a little bit. Okay, it still looks like it needs to heat up, so we might have a little bit of time to add some of these meatballs. And it can heat up while we add the meatballs. Here we are. Like I said, I'm just making some little mini meatballs to be able to put up into the sauce to help soak in some flavoring and to add over our spaghetti instead of grounding it. I didn't know what I was going to do until I started my video, and this is what I decided to do. Instead of grounding it, I decided to make some little mini meatballs. So we're going to get these going. Alright. And it's starting to sizzle. I'm not sure if you can hear that just yet, but it is. So that's a good sound. That's the sound you want to hear when you are cooking your food. Best sound you can hear during this process. So, alrighty. You can make the meatballs as big or as little as you want. This time I'm trying to make them a little smaller. Sometimes I do make them big, but unfortunately when I make them big, it's usually a bite by itself without the spaghetti, unless you break it down. So tonight we're making them a little smaller. So let's add this one in. And we are actually just going to fry these in the extra virgin olive oil until they're done, and then we can get the sauce going and the spaghetti noodles going. And then I will make sure that I take a picture for the thumbnail of the spaghetti all put together with the sauce and the meatballs over the top of it. So that way it'll be my thumbnail for y'all. Some of them actually came out a little bit bigger than I wanted, but it's alright. It will still cook all the way through. And there, we got that final one in right there, and we are going to let these simmer. And I am, like always, going to grab the lid and cover it. So that way we can keep the heat in there and cook it evenly from both sides. So if y'all can wait just a little bit, and we'll be right back with y'all to flip these over and get ready to start putting the rest of the meatballs in. So we'll be right back. Alrighty, now we're going to take the meatballs and we're going to turn them around to the other side of them. First side should be nicely brown. I had just kind of keep an eye on them. I may have gotten these a little longer in here than I wanted, but that's all good. The ones in the center heated up more. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this on down to about a 3. And why I did have the video paused, so I went on ahead and finished rolling up the rest of the meatballs, so that way when these come out, I will be ready to put the other ones in. Actually, I might be able to put them in on this other side. So these to the one side closest to me, so that way we know which ones are the ones that are ready to be pulled out here in a short. And there we go. Now that we got all these put in, we're going to recover it and let them cook a little bit longer. We'll be right back. Alrighty, we're going to pull off the first round of the meatballs. They are done and ready to be pulled off, and when we get the sauce going, they will be nicely ready to drop in there and soak in the flavor. So, drop one. Luckily it's on the clean stove. So there we go. I'm going to have to reset my camera real quick for y'all. I'm sorry about that, it fell over. But there y'all go. They're looking really good. And now we got these other ones. We're going to flip them over. They'll work with them. There we go. And there's not that many on this round. We can put them all in the center, right where the main heat is, and cover it back up. Okay, now the meatballs all should be ready to pull off. So we're going to pull these off. Put them over here to the side of these other ones. As you can see, they're nice and brown. And before we start the fresh homemade spaghetti sauce, we are going to go ahead and get our vegetables a little sauteed down. But I might do that in a smaller pan. And let's see if we can find one. Here we are. A little smaller cast iron skillet. So this will work perfect. That way we don't have to use much, but we can still get some of that flavoring into it. I'll move this to the side. And let me get my bowl. And here we have mushrooms, thyme, bell pepper, garlic, parsley, and basil, and we are going to get that all sauteed up together. You can hear that sizzle right there on those. Sounds real nicely. And just kind of saute them all together. We don't need it too sauteed, just a little sauteed. Just to help pull the flavoring out a little bit while we get it ready to go on into the sauce. And you can hear that sizzle. That's a real nice sound. And it smells so awesome right now. I'm ready just to eat it as is. It smells so good. But while we let that sizzle, we can go ahead, and I'm hoping that this one is big enough. I'm not sure, but we're about to find out. So, or I can actually use this one right here. So what we're going to do is we are going to move the meatballs into this one. Get over to the side. Let's see if I can move the camera a little bit here so y'all can see. There we go, as much as I possibly can. Alright, there we go. I think that might work a little bit here. Sorry if y'all can't see my face, but it's more about the cooking than my face. So I have some tomato sauce, and I bought 2 cans to put into here. There we are. Oh, there's one more thing I want to put into here to kind of saute it. It is the diced tomatoes. There we are. Yeah, and you can hear that sizzle. I'm going to drain this can of diced tomatoes and stir these up a little bit here. This does smell so good. I wish y'all could actually smell it right now. Alright. And I want to turn this up to about a 4 now. Go ahead and get it sauteed a little bit quicker. And we're going to add the tomatoes in. And this will be a nice little saute of all of it together. And this will all go into our sauce and the meatballs. Okay, I'm going to put that about a 5 actually, because it got a lot more in there. Alright, there we go. Let this heat up and saute just a little bit. Why, like I said, we are going to work on opening our cans for our homemade sauce. We are going to open up 2 cans of tomato sauce. There we go. And we are going to pour that first one in. Second one to open, and I need to put my ring back on because I've done washed my hands from the meat. So there we are. Oh, don't make a mess if you can help it. It usually don't make a big mess if it flips over. So easy cleanup. And put the second can of the sauce also in there, of course. And then we are going to take 2 cans of our tomato soup and pop them open and put these on up in there right along with the rest. And open up the other one. Place that up in there. And then we are going to also open our tomato paste. There we go. Looks like it's finally zooming in. And there we are. This little can is, oh, there we go. A little trickier. And then we can take our spoon and place that tomato paste right on in there. And as you see, I only have 1 can because the tomato paste works wonders for just the 1 can. The rest of it is for the juices and the texture and the flavor of your sauce. And with that, let me get it paper towel. Alrighty. And we can start mixing this up a little bit. And it's okay if I use this one in here because I do have another one. So I'm getting this mixed up in there all nicely together. Keep that off of there. There we are. Oh yes, this really smells amazing. I know y'all can see this. This is very, very good looking. Oh yes. And this here, we're about to place into here when we stir this up a little bit more. Here we are. Alright. And we need this here to hold it. This is what's going to be our seasonings inside the paste, or inside the sauce. The only things that were canned were the mushrooms and the diced tomatoes. Everything else was done fresh. So that is going to be a good meal. And again, it is a keto friendly spaghetti meal. You don't have to worry about, oh, I can't eat this, or oh, I can't eat that. You just got to look at what you're eating and make sure that it is a keto friendly thing when you're doing the keto diet. And hopefully, if anything, I can at least get my husband to come beside me, even if he doesn't get on camera, and tell y'all exactly how it tastes when it's hot enough. And it's done all the way for it. It's not ready just yet. It still has to heat up on the sauce. And then we'll let you taste it. Alrighty. Alright, and I can move that over there to the sink. And we're going to move the sauce over here, and we're going to turn this down to about a 3. And we are going to mix this all in together now. The only thing that needs to heat up is the sauce, and then we need to also get the water heated for our spaghetti noodles, which I'll heat that up in just 1 minute, or at least get it going. And if you make a mess, it's okay. If you have napkins or anything, easy cleanup, easy wipe to clean it. So there we are. And we're going to give this just about maybe 3-4 minutes to simmer real good, maybe a little longer. But we're going to start the simmer at about a 3 for about 3 to 4 minutes. And we are going to also turn this other side on. And again, I'm going to turn this one to max, which is about a 6 on a regular oven. And we're going to put our pot of water over here so we can get that ready to start boiling. You can see the water has started running down on it. There we are. Now it looks better. So we have this all going, and I need the lid for this here. It holds the heat in and allows it to bubble quicker. So as soon as this is more ready, this here is already starting to bubble, so I'm going to turn that to a 2 and let that slowly boil for, like I said, about 3-4 minutes. So we got that going, and we'll see how this ends up tasting as soon as we return to put the noodles on. Okay, while I had this on pause, I went on ahead and put my big pot on the big burner. It's starting to get hot now, so hopefully the water will be boiling before too long. And we are about to stir up the sauce and have my husband come out here and give it a taste. Tell me if he feels there's anything that's needed, hopefully, or if it's good the way it is. So Let me get a spoon for this one.
It's hot, 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 hot.
Yes, it's hot. You're supposed to taste the sauce right here also with it. Do I need to add more or is it good? Awesome. Alrighty, everybody. Well, got approval from the hubby, so that's good to go the way it is. Like I said, it smells really good already. So we are going to turn this to a 1 and leave it there. And we are going to slowly, well, not slowly, hopefully this will start boiling before too long. And I'm going to pull out another fresh spoon so I can give it a shot myself really quick on camera. Yes, it is a very hot sauce. Well, not like hot like burning your mouth hot, but it is steaming hot. See if we can get that steam up there on that video at all. Pretty sure y'all can see some of that steam. That's from this spaghetti. Oh, this meatball and sauce. That is perfect. It tastes amazing. So like I said, we're going to cover that and we're just going to leave it simmering at a 1. And as soon as this water starts boiling, we will come back and finish the video. And as soon as it's done, like I said, I will show y'all what it looks like when it's all put together. Plus I will take a picture and put it into the thumbnail. So we will be back for the final touches of everything in approximately about 5 minutes. So I'll be back in just a short and we'll finish up. Alrighty, now the water is boiling real nicely. So we are going to take, like I said, our gluten-free spaghetti pasta noodles. I'm sorry about that. There y'all go. Hopefully that zooms in pretty good. Looks like it. So that is the gluten-free spaghetti noodles that we'll be using to make the keto-friendly spaghetti tonight. And most people, they like to have their spaghetti noodles whole. Me, I like to break mine, and it goes a little further when you break them. So I like to usually break them into thirds. As you can see, they're like about yay big. Here we are. There you go. And that's about as big as I put them. And let's get some more. And me, I like to add all of it together at the end, so that way nothing is wasted. Like our noodles won't get wasted, our pasta won't get wasted, and our meatballs won't get wasted. Whatever we usually don't eat, I put up into a Tupperware container and my husband takes it with him to work the next day. That's something that he can have for lunch, and he enjoys that. So if I make a little more than I need, it's alright, because like I said, my husband will have his lunch. And I use the whole box like I'll always usually do. And I don't have the proper spoon at the moment for the noodles to be mixed up and stuff, but I got something to help keep them from sticking at least. So there we are. And now we will make sure that all your noodles are down in the water. That way they get cooked real nice. Place the lid back on and let them boil for a few minutes while they get tender. And as soon as the noodles are done, I will drain the water and I'll add the sauce and the meatballs into it all together, place it into a bowl, and get a picture for my thumbnail. And then I will also have one I will show y'all exactly on here what it looks like at the end. So stay with us and we will finish this within approximately, let's see, approximately 2 to 3 minutes at the most, maybe 4 tops. But I don't see it going more than 4 minutes. So this is almost ready for dinner. Alrighty, we're back and we are about to do the final touches. Let me get a bowl so I can show y'all what it looks like as soon as everything is ready. And I still need to go ahead and turn off the stove. And let me drain this water out of the noodles real quick, so that way we can put the sauce into the noodles. The sauce and the meatballs. I'm just draining the water still. I don't have a strainer, unfortunately, so I have to kind of use my lid to keep it from losing my noodles. So there we are. And like I said, I already turned both of the burners off. And now we take the sauce and we will be pouring this sauce right in over the noodles, just like that. Alrighty, I'm going to rinse this real quickly. Alrighty, let's mix this all up together really good. And this is looking awesome. We're going to take this and place it into our bowl. And this is what it looks like in the pot. I hope y'all can see that. And this is what it looks like in the bowl. So hopefully y'all got a good picture of those. And like I said, I will be taking a picture of the spaghetti in the thumbnail. So I will see y'all in my next video, and I hope y'all get to try some of my recipes and tell me what you think of them. But we are going to sign out here and let my family go ahead and eat, and I will see y'all later. And thank you for liking and subscribing. Don't forget to comment down below, and don't forget to turn on your notifications so that way you can be up to date with my videos that are coming out. I'll see y'all next time.